Hey, Pete Winarski here, founder and CEO of Win Enterprises LLC. And today we're going to talk about what makes you unique. So, you as a business leader, how are you communicating that you are the one, right? You're the one that your ideal customer or client wants to work with. And recognize that how you communicate that out is everything. It's critical, right? You have to make sure that these people, these businesses who want to get a result, recognize that you're the one that's going to do the best job for them, the best value proposition, that what they invest, they get the results back and it's worth it. How do you communicate that? So just reminder, as we get into this conversation, come on over to More Revenue, More Profit. I've got the ticker running at the bottom of this video. More Revenue, More Profit is the group on Facebook that we created for you. We want to see your interactions here. We want to see how you play the game of being a business leader, the game of life as a business leader. You're still a husband or wife or parent or uncle or whatever the case may be, right? How do you play the game of life for yourself, for your team, for your company, for your family, right? That's what we want to support you in. This is what we want to hear about. We want to know what do you do? How do you do it? What kind of challenges do you have? What help can we provide for you? We'll do it all right here in More Revenue, More Profit, the Facebook group. And of course, the link, like all groups on Facebook, facebook.com/groups/ in our case, More Revenue, More Profit, because we named the group on the link, right? Sometimes it's facebook.com/groups and it's a big long number. Well, in our case, go type in More Revenue, More Profit, and you'll land right where you want to be. All right, so let's talk about what makes you unique. And unique means nobody else can claim this, right? And that's the key. A lot of people say, oh man, our quality is the best ever. No one's product does what our product does. It's the highest quality, we provide the highest quality, the highest service. Well, how many mission statements from 20 years ago were written on somebody's website that says, we aim to continuously improve and meet or exceed our customers' expectations. We have the highest quality and the highest service in the industry. Period. Right? Everybody said that 20 years ago, right? So if yours says that now, it's like, hey, that was so 20 years ago. You got to fix it. What's unique? If anybody else can make the same claim, then it's not unique. If anyone can make that claim, but you have data that proves that they are not truthful, but you are, then what data can you provide? We're the only ones who won the XYZ award for quality and service. Well, suddenly that starts to make you different. And something as general, every business cares about quality, cost, delivery, service, those variables, those elements. And they talk about them as if that, we've cornered the market on best service. Well, have you, right? Can anyone else make that claim? So if you have a way to differentiate so that is yours and yours alone, won the J.D. Power Award 3 years in a row for best quality. Whoa, that suddenly sounds like something, right? You see some of the car commercials on TV where they have that sort of a statement. Well, that's attractive now. Okay, I get it. You are special. Well, what else is unique about you? Do you have some sort of a proprietary process that no one else in the world has? And have you named that process? Right? Certainly service providers like consultants, we have, for example, our company, we have the Win Holistic Transformation Model, which is our framework, our structure for the pieces and the elements of what a business transformation ought to have. And that's true for large companies and small companies. Nobody else has the Win Holistic Transformation Model, right? No one else in the world has it. We invented it. We created it. We drew it. We named it. And, it's because the elements of a transformation are meant to be taken holistically all together, not piecemealed in a menu, right? So that is a unique framework that we have. So that's a unique variable. What kind of results have you created for people? Can you claim that the results that you create for your customers and clients, what kind of results can you build into your statement? What other differentiators can you bring out that make you unique? Maybe there's something unique about how you say what you say and describe what it is you say. Think of yourself at a network meeting, or someone simply, you're sitting next to someone on an airplane. Maybe you're not doing that these days, but once upon a time, you maybe were on an airplane and the person sitting next to you said, wow, it's going to be a long flight. Can't wait to get a little nap in and watch some TV. But before we get started on the flight, just curious, what do you do for a living? What do you do? Right. And like, man. And, if you have to struggle to answer that, then that's a problem, right? That's a clue that you've got to think about this a little bit more. Your answer ought to have what it is, who you are, what it is you do relative to results you create, and for whom, and how are you unique compared to everyone else in the world at what you do and how you do it, what the results are that you create. So we've been talking about this in the last few Facebook Lives, and which obviously is reproduced into the podcast on Business Results Radio, or you might be catching this over on the YouTube channel, the Pete Winiarski YouTube channel. All of these are the same conversation, is building upon one piece. How well do you understand your customers? How well do you understand what it is that you do? How do you turn that into a statement that talks about what makes you unique? The other part of today's question is, well, how do you know if that thing that you are doing that's unique, how do you know if that's an advantage or not? How do you know? Does it matter? Well, the way to know is to ask. And who do you ask? You ask your customers. You ask the people who are buying service from you, products, services. They're paying you money. If they're giving you their money, then just simply they're a great candidate to ask the question, what matters to you? Get them into a conversation, into a dialogue. You don't have to be like behind the counter in a retail outfit or the waitress in a restaurant to be able to interact with someone. Even if these are people who are buying from you, hopefully you have some way to capture their information so that you can follow up with them. Right? Someone who goes through the checkout line in a store, oftentimes, when you're there, you're given your credit card and they say, oh, we need to capture some information. What's your email, please? Just like that. And we give it to them, right? Generally. And would you like to add a mobile number for text so that we can text you some special deals as they come up? Yeah, give me the deal, man. So yeah, even at a retail outfit with anonymous people coming through the line with what they're buying, you can still capture information. Now, obviously, if you're doing service through the internet or phone orders, naturally you set up the customer information in your database, and now that's all in your database, and you can email them or call them and follow up and ask, I'd like to talk to you for a few minutes just because we're doing some research. We'd like to know what are the things that are most important to you. And they'll tell you, and listen to the words they're using, because the language that they're using is the language that you want to use when you describe in your materials. Your verbal, what could come out of your mouth when someone says, so what do you do? Right? You meet them at a barbecue. Oh, nice to see you. What do you do? It's coming. That question's coming. It always does. So that's the verbal answer. What about your website? How is it represented on your website? How do you represent it in your marketing materials, in things you write? Maybe you've written blogs or books before, articles, right? How are you representing using the words that your customers are using to describe the result that you create for them in a way where your delivery and what they get from you is different, unique, different from everyone else. So if you can pull that off, then you're already ahead of the game. This is raw material, by the way, that's critical for every other bit of marketing you do. So if you're wondering, wow, why am I not getting the volume of customers or the leads that I thought I would have, and my revenue is not as high as I thought it would be? Why is that? Well, if you're curious about and you're struggling through that, then the answer is quite simple. You probably don't have your languaging set up right in the first place. So get that started. Once you have that in place, then you can reach out and talk to the other folks. Let's get you to respond in this as a post at the bottom of this particular Facebook Live video. Go ahead and put your statement. What is it you do and what makes you unique? We're curious, like, how would you answer this question? What makes you unique and how is that an advantage? Go ahead and type it in here below and let's see what you say and evaluate each other's. Go ahead and comment and post and like and love each other up. Engage here on this page. More revenue, more profit. Thank you again for being here. It's Friday. We will catch you again next week. Have a great weekend.